Hello everyone, it's Sammy from Push Square and today I've got a secret. So, what's that secret? I hear you scream. Well, I've completed Uncharted 4. That's right, I've played Naughty Dog's latest from start to finish and I've got one thing to say on it: it's bloody good. Sure, it's not going to redefine the cinematic action genre like Uncharted 2 before it, but it's going to sit right at the apex of the genre alongside The Last of Us. And if you've watched this series mature over the past decade or so, then boy are you in for a treat. While I'm not allowed to show you new gameplay footage until launch day, the embargo has lifted, so I can share my impressions. And they're pretty simple to sum up. Uncharted 4 left me grinning like a Cheshire cat in places. Sure, it's not perfect, and it leans a little more heavily on Naughty Dog cliches than I would have liked, but it still offers a fitting end to one of PlayStation's most famous franchises. So, what's so good about it? Well, I truly believe that Naughty Dog is on another plane to its peers when it comes to characterisation. This is still unquestionably an Uncharted game, with all of the pulp action and bombast that has defined the series, but Nate is human here, and the relationship that he has with his brother Sam, as well as Sully and crucially Elena, is very relatable. Unlike so many other games, Uncharted 4 isn't afraid of subtleties. The core stories here are simple, but because they're so well written and acted, they're engaging all of the same. So many games adopt a go big or go home mentality, yet this sequel shies away from the precedent set by Uncharted 3 and builds its set pieces around much more personal moments. It's no less spectacular, but it feels more cohesive as a result. And that's impressive because this is the biggest Uncharted game by far. The locations are absolutely gigantic, and while it never goes full on open world, there's plenty of scope for you to explore. Nowhere better is that evidenced than with the introduction of vehicles. You're now free to go off the beaten path, and your time spent combing the meticulously detailed locales is almost always rewarded with optional conversations and hidden collectibles. It means that exploration is emphasised ahead of action, and while that means that there's less combat than in previous games, it results in a much better paced campaign. Some may lament the lack of action, particularly in the game's opening hours, but I felt that this left me longing for the next shootout, rather than irritated at the waves upon waves of antagonists approaching my position like in previous games. It's also worth pointing out that the combat, with the addition of sandbox-like environments, is more varied than ever before. Stealth is now a viable option. And when you factor in the grappling hook, the gunfights become incredibly compelling. You're actively encouraged by destructible cover and flanking enemies to remain on the move, and the simplicity of the controls make it very easy to dance around the environment, popping off shots from the hip before gaining an aerial advantage and moving between different vantage points. It's very fast and it's very fluid. And of course, it all looks like concept art brought to life. I'm not going to spoil any of the locations for you, but rest assured this is one of the best looking games I've ever seen running on a console today. And that, coupled with the understated use of audio, makes this a real visual tour de force. Now you'll find a full written review on Push Square, so check that out, and remember to stay tuned to the channel where we'll have tons more on Nate's latest adventure. But I'll leave you with one thought: the ending is absolutely perfect. See you next time. Thanks for watching.